Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how to make a shawl collar, and this is the most requested video, so today I got a time to make this one for you. Okay, so this is going to be the draft of the shawl collar. So this is going to be the front piece, the armhole, the shoulder and the neckline. So I folded, you can see this better. Just forget everything, this one 8 centimeter and all. Just see the neckline, neck depth, the shoulder, armhole, and this is going to be the front piece. So when I open this, you can see this 4 centimeter. This is going to be the extension what we are going to give. This you can give 4 centimeter or 5 centimeter depending upon how big you want the collar to be. So the 4 centimeter and the 5 centimeter is going to be a maximum amount. Okay, so from that 4 centimeter you have to decide what would be the length of the shawl collar. That is going to be the depth of the collar. So if you want a sailor collar, that going to be starts over here. Just this is the neck depth, and below that it will starts over here. This is going to be called as a sailor collar, which could be close to your neck, and this is called as a classic collar, which is little bit lower than the sailor collar. So it starts exactly at the bust point, more little bit deeper than the bust point. This would be the bust point, so the bust area. So I took a little bit 2 inch lesser than that, so this is called as a classic collar. So just put a point where it's going to start, and from here to this point, this is the shoulder point. First you're going to join this and this line together. Okay, and from this point and this point is the length of the back shoulder, the back neckline. So this is the front pass, you'd be having the back part. So just measure the half length of the neckline, back neckline, and that measurement is going to be this one. Okay, and from that you have to give 8 centimeter. This 8 centimeter is nothing but the folding that you give to the collar. That is again the width of the collar. If you want the width of the collar to be a little bit bigger in size, which close the full neck, you can give 10 centimeter, 11 centimeter. But today I took just 8 centimeter, so I just want the little width should be little bit less. Drawing that line to be a slanting, and you're going to close this and make it as a box. Okay, and then you're going to connect this point to this point with a free hand, somewhat like this. Okay, I'm going to draw the same pattern in my paper so that I can explain you in a better way, because collar is a little bit difficult to explain it. So I try my level best to explain in a way that I put together so that you can understand in easy way. And this is going to be the draft of the kurti what I'm going to sew right now. And just I marked the neckline, armhole, the chest, the hip measurement, and drawn the pattern for the kurti. So now I'm going to cut this bodice away from the kurti. So this collar neck should be done with this 2-piece. Okay, the collar neck cannot be stitched in a single piece fabric. You have to cut the fabric into, and you're going to make it, and then you're going to attach these pieces together. Number 1. And number 2 point is the collar neck. Usually you can make this collar neck as a front opening. Okay, so in my previous video I showed you how to make a front opening kameez. So you can just use that video as a reference, and you can make this collar neck as like an overcoat jacket, and you can wear it with your kurta or kurti. Okay, now take this bodice piece and draw the same pattern in another paper. So make sure you leave enough place over this side. Just don't draw on the corner, because you're going to work over here. So just leave enough place over this side, and I'm going to draw the same pattern to my back side. Let us start with marking this. So this is the normal bodice piece. This is the front line. I'm going to take 3 centimeter from here, and I have just drawn a line. So this is 3 centimeter from here, and I'm going to close this down, and I'm going to make this as a curve over here. Okay, and the next important marking is what is the depth that you're going to give to your collar. So this absolutely depend upon you. So from the armhole is going to be your chest line, and below that means I'm giving 20 centimeter from the top. This is going to be a classic collar. If you want to be a sailor collar means it will be close to your neck. So if you want to take a sailor collar, you can just mark 10 or 11 centimeter. That's enough to make a sailor collar. I'm going to join this point to this point. So this, just imagine this is point number 1, and this is going to be point number 2. So I'm just going to join this point number 1 to point number 2. Okay, just take a ruler, and it's going to be a slanting line. Okay, so this is going to be the first marking, and from this point you're going to measure the back depth of your neckline. This is the front piece. Take your back piece and just measure the depth of the back neckline, and that measurement is going to come over here. So that is going to be the folded side. Okay, and this is going to be my back neckline. So this comes around 10 centimeter. So I'm giving 1 centimeter extra for seaming. So it's altogether it's going to be 11 centimeter from this side. Okay, so keeping the tape over this point, I'm marked 11 centimeter over here, and now this is going to be, it's not going to be same like this line, but this is going to be very little slanting than from this point to this point. See, if you're drawing the straight line, the scale should just pass over this line to this, but now I'm going to make the scale a little bit slanting, and I'm going to draw a line over here. So I want the width of the neckline to be 8 centimeter. That is the very normal size. If you want the neckline to be, the collar neck to be, it should be a little bit big. So you can take 10 or 12 centimeter. So in my case, I'm just going to take 8 centimeter. I think that's enough. And this 8 centimeter is standard. So take 8 centimeter and draw a straight line. Okay, and now this is going to be point number 4. This is the width of the collar. Okay, this is going to be the width of the collar, this line. And now I'm going to mark this point. Just put a straight line and make it like a box. Okay, just make it like a box, and you're going to join this point to this point. This is going to be point number 5, and now, and with the help of your curved ruler, and I'm going to join this point to this point. If you have, you can use this ruler, and if you don't have that ruler, just like that with your free hand, just give a dotted line and join this one. Okay, that's it. Now we never mark the seam allowance. This is going to be the exact measurement for the collar neck, and this is the exact measurement of the bodice. Now I'm going to mark the seam allowance for the collar neck. So just give a 1/4 inch all over like this. For this project I took a black color cotton fabric, and I'm going to use a golden color fabric to for the folding. Okay, while cutting this, and I assemble everything and I show you for what I took this gold color. Okay, first let me mark this. So this is going to be the double fabric, so you're going to have a two front piece. If you want, you can secure it some pins and then you can give this marking. And this is going to be the seam allowance I'm giving to attach the bodice to the skirt part, that is to the kurti. And if you want to see the pattern alone, you can just get into my Facebook page and you can just see the pattern. I just uploaded the picture alone on my Facebook page, and you can also join in my Facebook group to get more updates. And if you want to subscribe, and you can just click on the link that you see on the screen, so that you would be subscribed to my channel in easy way. So why I'm telling you to subscribe is nothing but you won't miss any of my video. So whenever I upload the video, you will get the alert message that I've uploaded the video. Okay, so this is going to be the two piece of the front. You're going to cut the lining for attaching this collar that you're going to turn it in. So for attaching this lining, I took a golden color fabric like this. This is a tissue fabric. So if you want to make a office wear or casual wear, you can just use a contrasting color and you can make the collar, or else you can just go ahead with the same black color fabric and you can use it out. So for cutting out this lining piece, take your pattern piece again. So take your pattern piece, and from this point you're going to cut all the way down like this. So from this point, and it's going to come all the way down to this point, leaving at least 2 to 3 centimeter away from this fabric. This is the collar neck, and leaving this one, you're going to give a margin amount and you're going to cut this out. And see, this is going to be the lining for your collar neck. So keeping this as a pattern, I'm going to cut the lining for this. Okay. Place it exactly and mark the same. And give a curve. and this part where the curves end. So just give a marking, and very little you're going to snip this in, so that's going to be the marking where the curve ends. Will go inside the fabric, as this is going to be the lining. So I'm going to place this lining underneath, and I'm going to place this fabric. So exactly at the point where we snipped in, I'm going to fold this like this one, and I think you can see the pretty neckline. Wow, it came out really well. Take your skirt, and this is going to be the folded edge. Just place it on the folded edge. I'm going to cut this out. Going to be somewhat like an A-line kurti, and you can see I just cut it in an angle. Now take the pretty side of the fabric, and this is going to be the pretty side of the fabric, and I place the lining on top of the fabric, making sure the edges are in the same direction, and now I'm going to start sewing from the bottom, and I'm going to go all the way around till the shoulder. Okay. Don't pull the fabric, just ease with the fabric and sew both the sides. Making sure both the raw edges are meeting each other. And so this is going to be the pretty side of the fabric, and this is the pretty side of the fabric, and I'm sewing to the wrong side of the fabric. Okay. Make sure you get this exact curve. Okay, so once it's sewn together, you can see it has a nice curve over here. So to make that to turn good, you're going to put small notches all around. So in that way, it has a nice and easy turn. So make sure that you don't cut deep into the stitch, but just cut to the margin. Okay. like this. Same way you do that for the next side of this. So when the place where you get the curve, in that place you're going to cut deep into the fabric. Like this. Make sure you have a sharp edge scissors for this, so that your job would be done quickly. This is the lining fabric, so make sure all this unsalvaged edge should be facing towards the fabric, and hold it like this, and you're going to put a stitch on top of this so that this will turn easy. Okay, just pull the fabric like this and just sew on the main fabric and not on the lining. Just stretch it a little bit and then you're going to sew it together. And do the same to the next side. Okay, now I pressed the fabric nice and neat. So when I turn this in, you can see it came out really nice. Okay. We'll have like this, and I told this is going to be the width of the collar, so when you fold this together, this much you'll be having the collar. So it will be, when it's going back, it will be folded in like this. Okay, now place the back side of the fabric flat down and take out this shawl collar, and make sure you match both the raw edge, that is both the raw edge of the shoulder. Okay, pin that in place. After pinning this shoulder, just you have to make sure you go along with the back neckline, and at the center point of the back neck just give a marking. So now after marking the two, so just hold both the side. So this is going to be the pretty side of the fabric, and place it together and just going to sew exactly on the marked point of the collar. Okay, once it marked, let me start sew this shoulder together. Just lift your foot up and ease your fabric, and just give a curve to the shoulder, to the neckline. So when you get into the center point, you have to match the center of the collar, that what you sewed, the joint part. So the joint should match the center of the collar. And okay, once you've sewn with the one side shoulder and the neck piece, now I'm going to join the neck side shoulder, matching the raw edge together. Make sure that both the pretty sides meet together and start sewing from the shoulder. Okay, leave your footrest out, leave your needle in and lift your foot up, and you can adjust the fabric to get into that exact curved shape of the neckline. Now we have attached the collar to our back piece. So now what we are going to do is, while cutting the lining fabric itself, it's going to have a notch over both the sides. It's going to have the exact shape. You can see here is notches for the square and here is one notches. So till this you're going to fold in. So till from here to here is going to be your collar. So just make sure the salvaged edge, unsalvaged edge should be binded in, and you're going to fold it once and you're going to sew to that. Okay, if you want you can secure it with some pins. Okay, after pinning this together, I'm going to sew in a straight line. Is done, I'm just going to fold it in, and I'm going to just check whether it all came in the exact shape that I need. Yes, it is, and you can just give a press to make it firm and sit together. And see, if you want, you can make this into a two individual flap like this. See, it will be like an overcoat where it just have a two individual flap, or else if you want you can just overlap this one over this, and you can put a small stitch over here and you can add some buttons. That also looks really nice. And or else you can just open it and see, you can leave it like this. If you feel that the neck is too low, you can just attach a small piece of fabric so that it won't be too low. It's been pressed together. It look like this. It look really firm and nice. I'm going to overlap the flap like this, and I'm going to put a stitch over this point. Now ready. Now I'm going to attach my kurti bottom, that is the A-line piece, to this. Now I'm placing it the right side together, and I'm going to start sewing. So leaving a 1/4 inch of seam allowance, and I'm going to sew this together. The top stitch, And for adding a trim to the bottom edge, I just took the same piece, that is the golden color fabric, and I'm going to add this to the back side of the fabric, and I'm going to sew this together. And this is going to be the pretty side and this is going to be the back side. So I'm going to add this trim to the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to sew at the margin. Once it's sewn, just flip that in and put a top stitch over here so that it folds really nice. So make sure that the raw edge is towards the fabric and not on the golden side. So now you turn this in. Okay, turn this in like this, press it firmly and put a stitch over here. So now once you sewn to the bottom edge, what you're going to do is just fold this in and place it firm like this, and you're going to put a top stitch over that, and carefully you fold the bottom piece like this, and I'm going to sew this together. Once it's sewn, it look neat like this. And do the same to the next side of the fabric. Done. And if you want, you can add this edging lace to your kurti. It looks a very neat finish. The edging lace is available in all the colors, but I bought only gold and black because that is the basic and common color which we use to most of our dresses. So today for this project I'm going to add my yellow color edging lace, and this is absolutely optional. If you have, you can add this, or else you need to add this one. And now we are done, and this is going to be the end result of the kurti. It came out really well, and I just made overlapping shawl collar over here. I just sewn together and I added decorative buttons to this, and it came out really nice. And for the trimming at the bottom also, it came out really well, good. I really enjoyed making it, and also my daughter loved wearing this, and that's it. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button below, and please do share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future video. And to subscribe to my channel is really simple. Just click on the link that you see on the screen and you will be subscribed to my channel. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching once again, and have a great day. Bye bye.